Hey, trashlings! Welcome back to the Demon Trash Podcast. It's ya boy, Carol, aka Papa Trash.
And me, Avery, aka Baby Demon.
And we're back. Where have we been? That's none of your fucking business. We're actually not going to even talk about it. We've been here this whole time. So, hi. Lots of things to go over today. Welcome back to the Demon Trash realm. Very happy to have you here. I looked back. Some trashings answered some questions of mine. And in our last podcast, enrichment in my enclosure, you recall, because it was just last week.
Yeah.
I was talking about how I was like deep in the trenches because I was like back on my comic books and my webtoons and all that.
Yeah.
And turns out a lot of trashlings were there too.
Mm-hmm.
And that I had helped reawaken that in a lot of them. Not sorry.
Oh, like got them all back into that stuff.
Yeah. Not sorry about it. I did see that another person in the previous podcast also said that they read Haunting Adeline and they're questioning everything. Don't worry, bestie. It gets better.
Mm-hmm.
You realize you just tuck that deep away, like deep into like the recesses of your mind that you even did that. You just move on.
Yeah, I think it's for the best.
Yeah. Don't question anything.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we've also I have one little helpful tip for all the single people, all the single trashlings out there who so maybe you're not getting any ass.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're not having any sex, right? Just say it's because Roe v. Wade was turned over, because I think Julia Fox gave everybody an out with her celibacy thing, being like, I've been celibate for 2.5 years because it's dangerous because of Roe v. Wade. That's better than saying I can't get dick. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's actually my social responsibility to not have sex with you. You know what I mean? It's being an ally. And that's a little I think it's helpful. You could use that.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to anything you say about being single. You've been in a relationship for 10 years. Your advice means nothing to me.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, let's get into our Demon Trash moments.
Are you starting? Oh, wait, we had to sing.
I was waiting. I was like, you don't remember.
Well, you're the one in charge.
Okay, she's been here. You walked in.
You're conducting the train here. You start the song. You count down to the song.
You walked into this place.
No, we all have our roles here on this podcast. I do the countdown, leading us in.
You've been at a frequency that is like it's chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
It's not chaotic. It's more like zzz, I feel like I'm here and you're up here.
Yeah, dude, I'm ready to go.
It seems not ready to go. It seems more like I hate everything.
No, I feel great.
Okay. Demon Trash moments. 3, 2, 1. Demon Trash moments. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So lately I've had there are 3 pillars that are holding my life together. Right? Three things that are holding me together. One is
your own personal Maslow's hierarchy.
One is that there's a Bridgerton Part 2 series that I have to stick around for.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I got okay. 2 is Charlie XCX 360. It's just the perfect song to stay Delulu to, in my opinion. And the third is the hair tie that is holding my gear shift in the right proper spot. And that's on Women in STEM.
Yeah. That's good. So you have a hair tie holding your what?
So the thing that shifts your car, right? that like the car that I'm driving right now is like super fucking old. So like, you know, plastic pieces deteriorate over time. So like essentially it's just like a little plastic piece that like broke and fell off, but it holds like the thing that like shifts the gear, like the stick, to like whatever goes on down in the car. I don't know. So
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
Yeah.
And we were like, we needed a way to like keep this held together. And
first off the top,
and the tension from the hair tie was perfect.
No, it's brilliant. But the fact that seems like something that's sort of integral for the car to maneuver itself. Would you say so? It's integral?
No, because once the gear shifts in place, it doesn't move while you drive. Like, it's not like it's a manual where it's constantly moving.
Maybe the thing holding it in place shouldn't have been plastic. That's just a thought, though.
See, like, that's the thing. It's like, in reality, it's just a stupid little plastic piece.
Yeah, I know, but that, like, why are we using things that are so flimsy and deteriorate to hold such an essential piece to a vehicle?
You'd be surprised. It's holding your vehicle together.
I know. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to know, actually. I don't want to know what's holding my vehicle together. Faith in God Almighty. And regular maintenance.
He does not get her car regularly maintained.
Bitch, yes I do. I take it to go get an oil change, and I have a little sticker that tells me now, and I've been really on time for my oil changes for the last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the previous year, you didn't get it changed
but
once.
There's time to catch up. You know, and make things right.
Well, the thing is, though, you don't really drive your car around. So if you're like inside all the time, you don't really need to like go get your oil changed.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's
if you don't put miles on it.
Yeah, I mean, I do use my car, but not as much as like a regular person. That car probably moves once a week.
Not as much as someone who commutes to work.
Right. So your 3 pillars, the hair tie, Charlie's XCX, I'm So Julia. Again, I feel like her celibacy take, though, is very I'm So Julia. So, I don't know. Or it's just like, you can just say, like, I hate fucking men. Like, I hate them so much that I don't even want to have sex with them. I can't tell with Julia.
Well, here's my thing about, like, dating, right? That it's like, oh, it would be nice to, like, go out and meet somebody. But then it's like, you have to, like, there's always the chance that you meet like a psychopath.
Dude, I just showed my brother and my partner yesterday a video of Glenn Powell talking about his sister's friend who went on a date and it ended up being with a guy who was like super creepy and weird. He was did you see this clip?
No.
He went on a podcast and he talked about how his sister's friend went on a date with this guy who was being super weird. She goes back to his place. He's like, "Can I give you a massage?" She's like, "Okay, sure." But she was getting like weird vibes.
Yeah.
And then and then she was just kept getting weird. So he's like massaging her with this lotion. She's like getting weird vibes. She leaves. Then her skin gets all fucking crazy and like wild and weird. Like something starts happening to her skin. So she goes to the doctor. The doctor's like, "This is like black market, like off the dark web type lotion that basically breaks down human skin for cannibal consumption." So so then Glenn Powell, bitch, who just moved back to Austin, by the way. Welcome, neighbor. No, and then so the doctor's like, "You need to like report this to the police." Sure enough, she reports it to the police. They go to his place where she was. They found like 4 or 5 dead women's bodies that like in his place. That he was
so
eating.
Scary. And
this
like
is
once
a real
again
story.
And like once again it's like, oh yeah, this is why I don't want to date, because it's like, okay, I could meet someone cool, or I could have to wade through a bunch of weirdos.
Well, also you're in Austin, and I know that the Austin, Texas is not known for its immaculate dating scene. I mean, all the guys here, that's the tea I've heard, is that the dating here in Austin is pretty much a war zone. It's a cesspool
it's
because
hell.
it's hell in there. It takes a certain type of person. You know, because all the dudes here, like it's pretty much like the Ken, like you, my low commitment situationship
Yeah.
boyfriend. Like I'll be that for you. Like no guy here wants to commit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then I watched when we watched the Tearsmith, like that shook me. Like the other guy in that movie who was like being so manipulative just to like
Yeah.
with her, and I was like, that's scary.
No, I get why you don't. Like I get why you don't date. I'm honestly lucky I found my person.
Like I don't need a Roe v. Wade excuse. Like it's a good excuse, but it's like I don't need that. I just like just take a look around, babe. Like like I don't like no.
Also, 9/11 was big. The 2008 housing crisis.
Kendrick losing to Macklemore.
Yeah. That was big.
The housing crisis.
Kanye West getting up there when Taylor Swift won for the first time, and then he was like, Beyonce had the best album of all time. That really sticks with you.
Jacob imprinting on a child.
Yeah, Jacob imprinting on a baby. There's so much there's so much that holds you back from dating that holds the general population back from dating. That I get it. I do. I really do. Okay. I feel like that would be really funny. I'm like, what are my I feel like week to week or like month to month my pillars change.
No, they change all the time. Like I've recently because anime for a while I was like super into it, and now I'm like,
I got back into it last night. Was folding laundry watching it.
Is there anything good?
Because
ever since I've like hit that high of
Sign of Affection,
it's just like there hasn't been anything since. That's like,
stay tuned. I'm gonna check out a couple things. Yeah. I'm gonna finally finish Free Ran because
and I finished Free Ran. So
yeah, I need to finish Free Ran.
Like,
I didn't.
Should I just cancel my Crunchyroll? I don't know.
Whoa, dude.
Just pause it for a while.
For a second, dude. I was thinking about checking out Kagi. I think it's called Kaguya-sama Kiss or something. I've heard it's good.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Burp stuck.
I'll let you know if I find anything good. Wait, did you check out the other one? No, you didn't check out that other one where she has like multiple lives?
Yeah, there was no dub for it, dude.
Oh. All right. Jesus Christ. Yeah, spicy hot take. Everybody shame her because there's no dub for it, dude. That's a spicy hot take. I'm going to let that sit and marinate in the air.
It is what it is, dude. Sometimes I don't have the patience to read.
All right, so my demon trash moment. I don't know if whatever. This is I'm not well adapted to like life in general, but
newsflash.
Yeah. So I don't know why, but it's been sometimes I struggle with anxiety or getting like overstimulated, and normally I can do things to there are tools that I can implement to help with those, but so it's been difficult to find a safe space for me recently. And I don't know why, but the only safe space that I can curate for myself is Skyrim.
Skyrim?
Yeah, specifically a specific cliffside. Nighttime, I like looking at the stars and the planets, and I like the song Secunda by Jeremy Soule.
Do you like go in this game, or is there like a YouTube video?
There's YouTube videos that you can go to, but I have been trying to get. I've been going into the game because my partner got
VR?
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh, so you go into VR?
Now I'm going into VR, and I'm just sitting there. I'm in my living room, but on my couch with, stuff on my face. But I'm in Skyrim. I hear the birds, the wind, the owls. It's very nice. It's very nice. And yeah, I'm going into VR Skyrim because it's the only place that I can find true serenity. It's where I feel like my cortisol levels actually like go down lately.
See, this is why I feel like we really should have gone on our camping trip, because I genuinely do. It was like, oh, we need to like go out into because like what to me it's like, oh, what you're yearning for is to like be out in nature, like in peace.
Yeah, and
like obviously with mountains and it's Skyrim, but like, you know, we can go
Skyrim.
What? Skyrim. Skyrim? I don't fuck.
Girl, I don't know why, but it does not. It sounds funny when you say it. Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Yeah, but I just think that's funny that I have to get maximum blue light exposure like right here.
I feel like blue light exposure in like VR must be like insane.
Oh yeah, but there is another game I'm playing called Stellar Blade. And have you seen this?
No.
It's got a big tittied woman in it.
You love big titties.
Who doesn't? You know what I mean? Stellar Blade. It's like it's so very Japanese. So basically, I don't know, what do I pick here? Like, you're this girl named Eve, and she's, you know, gorgeous. She's like,
she's got big titties.
Yeah, it's like she's some sort of weapon. Yeah, they're like all these like.
So it's the opposite of Skyrim.
Oh, it's the absolute opposite, but it's very like it's the thing I can compare it to most is like Skyrim, but it's pretty crazy. So yeah, did I say Skyrim?
Yeah.
No, I meant Final Fantasy. Okay. But yeah, so whenever I feel like I need to relax, I go to VR, I put on. Why Skyrim? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you would be the type of person like that the Apple, like, what is it called? The Apple,
the
glasses. What are they?
I don't know. They're old news by now, bestie.
I know, but like I feel like that would be like endgame for you in terms of like.
I think so. I thought so too, but I watched plenty of reviews, and they don't. I think the problem is they're too heavy. They're too heavy. If they actually managed to make like a VR that didn't feel like 100 pounds on your face.
Yeah, but like I think he would get over it because he'd be laying down or whatever. But like if you could like sit in Skyrim, right? But then you could have like your book, right? Whatever you want to read up there too, and then like whatever you have going on, like I think you'd live in that thing.
Yeah, it does sound good. It does sound like a good time. But I feel like you would need to like. At that point, I'm just turning into a person in WALL-E. Like I need the full chair setup that like holds me ergonomically, leans me back so the goggles don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I would have to go full. Whatever the fuck that is, I don't even know what you would call that. Just like human lump connected.
Yeah.
And that's precarious for me. Because you're right, I would I'd live, breathe, and die in that thing. You just have to shove a tube up my ass.
You're like, Carol, it's time to come to the podcast. And you're like, okay, wearing it.
I'm like on a like
oh,
it's
no.
like no, man, I can't.
Well, then maybe I could get the whole couch though. I can lay down. You can sit in your WALL-E chair.
You know what? We just split this couch in two. It just turns into two like floating armchairs. Ridiculous.
Yeah. See, like I feel like I'm not in like a bad place. I just feel like I'm just enduring.
Yeah,
like,
girl,
do you know what I mean?
Just endure.
Like I think there are two things that I've convinced myself will fix me. Like where I'm like, oh yeah, I'd be really happy. It's like one is just like a single pool day. Like one pool day a week. Like I think I'd be really good. The
Top
second,
you off, yeah,
and the second is I think if I got a laptop, I would like be like 110% more happy.
Yeah,
because I went to a cafe because I had to like upload a video because my internet is so freaking slow sometimes.
Did you have to take your Mac there?
I took my old ass like 2013 MacBook Pro.
Nice.
It was on fire, dude. Just uploading videos. It was so hot. But I sat in a cafe and like upload that. But like while I was uploading, like I was like fixing stuff and like I did a thumbnail, but like I was like, if I do that, this thing
It'll
will
burn
like,
a hole
fucking
through the table.
This will fucking catch flame. So I didn't do that. But yeah, I was like I was so locked in. I was like, dude, if I could just do this like twice a week, I'd be.
I
so much
know.
more
I feel like it would be great because I feel like I'd be able, because we don't live together anymore. That's a new thing. We don't live together anymore. You live like 20, 30 minutes from me now.
Yeah.
But if we could just link up at a cafe and go nonverbal and body double work, I feel like that could be fun.
Yeah. No, I mean, I felt like when I was there for like 2 hours waiting for this stuff to upload, I was like, wow, I've done so much work.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm like, okay. And
yeah.
Okay. And if I could like
changing up your environment is so necessary when you're working.
Well, also because it's like right now my computer's right next to my bed. So then it's like all I see is my bed. I'm like, I just won't lay down.
Girl, I'm in the same position right now. I need to fix that. I need to get it in here. No. Because now all I want to do is nap. But I don't know. Naps, by the way, I'm new to naps. I've started doing power naps, actual power naps.
Not
3-hour ones. I'm really doing a 30-minute power nap. And it's pretty life-changing. Mm-hmm. I thought they're bullshit.
No, 30-minute like power naps are like...
I do a guided one. It has like binaural sounds and it has like, I don't know, some sort of frequency. Well, and you listen to it, it puts you out, dude.
Well, also it like very briefly puts your like brain in different like wave mode or whatever. I
actually feel like I get like a deep nap.
Yeah, and like also like it's actually good to like take a nap because it's like, say for example, like you're editing or like we're working on stuff. It's actually better to like take a step back and like take a 30-minute nap and then go back to it, because then it's like, okay, like my brain has processed this and like taken a moment to be like, okay.
Yeah.
I have some ideas.
I just was never a napper because I'm ADHD as fuck. But now I be napping. And I think it's age. I be napping hard.
Speaking of summer and pool days, well, I'm part of a real life book club.
Real life. In IRL, dude.
Book club. And the theme, we just finished like our first go round and anyone could pick whatever book. But this summer, we're doing like a smut summer theme for book club.
That's a good one.
And I have like I've known about this for like 3 weeks now. Like this, like,
yeah, we went somewhere recently.
That I have this choice to make. And it's been tearing me up deciding what book that I want to bring to my book club to read. Because the first book that we're reading, it's like an anthology. So it's like a few different stories in one. And, you know, it's smutty, of course, but it's just not really my thing because it's like real life. They're like construction workers, like super hot construction workers who are like chiseled abs. Like it's very like housewife, basic smut, and it's just like not for me. But like my dilemma,
I read about real humans.
Like, why are we fantasizing about like real humans? Like I want to be talking about humanoids, and like that's my thing. I'm like, but that's like a very normal pick, and I'm torn up about. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to bring to this book club?
Yeah, because if you show up,
like if I show up here with like
Ice Planet Barbarians, let's just toss that one in.
I think, well, that's the one I think I might pick because I'm like, it's like intro to like insanity. Do you know what I mean?
You'd say that's an intro?
Yeah, dude. Like they're humanoid, they're blue. Like it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy.
They have horned penises.
Yeah, but like I imagine
grow up.
Like grow up. Like I imagine I think their like anatomy looks like essentially like those rabbit sex toys, right? Like am I wrong?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like that, and like every woman's seen that. Like you know, so for me it's like not that crazy. You know, I'm like, how unhinged do I want to be? Because part of me would be like, it'd be really funny to see how people react to this, like the Katie Robert like dragon where he has like double-decker penises,
double-decker penis,
and like a fully like controllable tail. And that
Yeah, also you have to there's a lot going on with the dragon one. But
and he's a dragon?
yeah,
But he's still like a humanoid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you're forgetting because we talked about this. You brought this up briefly, and did I just want to clear something up with you. Did you say that you would consider ACOTAR monster romance?
I would say that it is.
Girl,
like
that is another spicy hot take from you.
They're
not monster romance.
They're not humans though.
But they're not monsters, dog.
They're not beasts.
I wouldn't say they're monster romance.
I would say the Illyrian males lean more monster. Like if they're, I'm not saying. I would say like Tamlin might be monster romance if we got like in his monster beast form.
In his monster beast form, okay.
Right? But like Tamlin in Fae form, no, like not a monster. But like you would say that about like werewolves, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you would say, because for me, like monster romance, like Frankenstein would be considered monster romance. Twilight in a way is monster romance because even though vampires are like human shaped, they are monsters.
Oh. Okay, because sometimes they just call that stuff like supernatural romance.
Yeah, but like
Or
a vampire is a monster. Like if you're like going to classify a vampire, like you're not going to say that's not a monster. So like, yeah, like is it like on the very light end of the scale of like, yes, that's monster romance light. You know what I mean? That's light stuff. That's very digestible.
Yeah, you're not gonna seem strange.
Right. But it's like, what if I brought like Morning Glory Milking Farm, the Minotaur one, to the table? It's like, that's a lot. That's a big step from like an ACOTAR,
I don't know, dude. I say you shake
Twilight
things up, be yourself.
Romance thing.
I say you shake things up, be yourself, and leave a lasting impression that will last a lifetime. Because everyone will I remember I was in this book club and this one girl showed up and she made us read about a double-decker penis dragon. And I read that and like it did change me.
Maybe it changes them. Maybe it makes them think I'm fucking insane.
And that's, and you know what, dude? You have a very public career on the internet. People already think you're insane. So
that's true. Like, but here's my thing. It's like I have people,
and this is who you are. You read this stuff.
But do they need to know this side of me? Because people in my life,
on the internet.
It doesn't mean people will ever fucking see it though.
You're
like
right,
unless they specifically go looking for it.
That's right.
You know, unless they're like, yeah, I want to like go read your listen to your podcast, and now I know everything about you. These people, most of them, they don't know like surface level. Like, do you know what I mean?
Level stuff.
It's like freaking surface level. It's like if I were to like go meet like any of your friends, like I'm gonna be like. Like on wearing on my chest, I love reading about like
monster cock.
The more tentacles, the better.
Yeah.
Like
why
gargoyles, 12-foot men, wings, whatever.
Why not though?
I don't know. It's just not. It's not something I open with because it's like it's not only. It's like it's not just women.
It's me, Avery, and I just I
don't
like
lead
long
with
walks
that.
on the beach. I love a pool day. And I love reading about monster cock.
See, it's like I don't feel like that's not something you lead with like personally in life, right?
Okay.
That's like a private thing.
Is it? I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Yes.
Because I'm very much I live like my personality is very much like I feel like my interests and hobbies are I don't know, that's very much a big part of who I am.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's like not everyone is so demented as us, dude, where we've normalized this kind of fiction. Like most people when they see the covers that I show them, it's like shock. It's like, what the hell? Like, they didn't even know it existed. Do you know what I mean? They live in the realm of construction worker smut, like maybe mafia smut if we're getting crazy. And like, they listen to Taylor Swift and it's like very normal. Like they don't live in this fantasy like
They
outer space world that we live in.
They aren't goblins.
They aren't like trash demons. They aren't demon trash, dude.
They aren't down here
And, like,
skittering.
here's
with the rest
my
of us.
thing. It's like, it's not only, it's like, yes, there are girls in the club, but there's dudes in the club, so it's like opening their eyes to that. My dungeon masters in my club. It's like, he's gonna think I want to fuck dragons.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. I think you have two options. Well, because the other thing is like, what other? Because it's like you don't read any other romance, dude. You don't read anything else.
I know, and that's why it's been hard. Because I'm like, shit, I need to go find like something normal to put down on the
you
table.
You could pick up Allie Hazelwood.
It's too long. Like we're trying to keep it to like.
So you got to go with
Like
something
250
sick and twisted and
words.
demented, like Katie Robert, because she does it all in one
It's
go.
so quick. They're like 170
Not
pages.
light reading, bitch.
No, like I'm torn because like part of me like doesn't really care. Part of me does care. Part of me doesn't care. Like first I was like more worried about it. I'm like, I don't know what to pick. This is like, because I also wanted to be like a good time, right? Like
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, we gotta read this shit. I wanted to be fun. And part of me was like, you know,
You could really change the dynamic within this club. You could really be something that really shakes up their life.
I like, so like I am torn. I'm torn between like the dragon one from Katie Roberts, like what is it?
Deal with the Demon series.
Deal with the Demon series. Like I like that series. I felt like, because I was like, I could pick any one of those books, but I felt like the gargoyle one wasn't my favorite, and then the tentacle ones is like kind of overplayed, you know, like if you're gonna pick like a monster romance, like tentacles, like really. Well, and also I feel like there's such a stigma against the tentacle thing, right? Like it's kind of like, you know,
Yeah, if
weird.
you bring that, then they're going to be like, you love hentai.
And it's like, no,
Well,
I don't watch it.
I don't seek it out.
Like, I don't seek it out, but if it's
in front
of me,
if
if it's part of a series,
it comes on, what am I going to do? Not watch it? I don't know.
no, well, like I'm saying, like it's part of the series. Like I have to go in order.
Yeah, no, you
know.
can't skip it.
And then my other like,
It's an integral plot line.
well, also I was like, it'd be funny to make them read the Minotaur one because like that was a funny experience for me.
That's really. And then at the end, be like, you guys want to know what he looks like?
Well, you know, they've changed the cover of that one.
Oh, they have?
now. Yeah, there's actually like a decent cover to that. No, actually it's not decent. It's actually like pretty concerning. Like I think if you like if I had seen that cover, like I don't think I've ever would have read it.
Well, now I want to look it up. God damn it.
Oh, it's The Dragon's Bride.
That's what it is. Minotaur Milking Farm. Images.
Like that's the new one. Like the new one's kind of like, okay, I don't know.
Wah wah wee wah.
Like not that the first one and wasn't any more concerning with like the gloves, like the black gloves in this like
Yeah.
when you find out it's like cum, like what?
Oh man, that's amazing. That's really funny.
Because I was like, maybe
I love that this art with him in a polo shirt.
No, Rourke is like a really sweet guy. Like he's really sweet. Like it's funny. Like
What's his name? Rourke?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Rourke.
Okay.
He's a nice guy, dude.
He's wearing a button up.
Yeah, he's divorced, I think. He's a divorcee.
He's a divorcee Minotaur?
Yeah.
Work.
I'm between. I don't know. Like that one was too like.
Well, what else are you gonna pick, man? What
Well, I
else?
was thinking maybe just Ice Planet Barbarians.
You know what?
Because like I feel like it's an
know what?
introduction. It doesn't make me seem like I'm too insane, like too far gone.
I can't get that.
But
No.
like I
You know what? No. It won't because everybody and their mom was reading Ice Planet Barbarians.
Mhm.
So like
also like there's like this whole like the lore around the planet is like kind of interesting. I love the B plot in like in smut books. Like, it's like,
I love it. I love it in A Deal with the Demon series. I'm
Right?
like, I'm eating it up. I'm like,
Right?
whatever. I don't care. Like, I want to.
I started reading the what is it, A Demon's Bargain? Because I was like, maybe I'll just do this because it's like he's a demon, but it's like he's a demon.
I haven't read the succubus one yet.
I haven't read that one either. I think I guess I kind of skipped it.
No. It just came out
in
April.
Good. But yeah, I want to know, like, what's up? Like, what is the bargainer demon planning? Like,
I want to get his romance. I'm like, because he's like, like, what? Like, why?
But I love B plot in in these smut books because it's
sometimes it's good. It eats.
Sometimes it's good. Like, even if it's like crazy too. Like the Ice Planet Barbarians ones is like kind of weird, but it's like, okay, how'd they get on the planet? Like, what is the ship? I want to know. And there's some like smut in that. Sweet, like, do
Ice Planet Barbarians. I think it's a good solid choice.
Like, I feel like it's safe because I think there's like a certain amount of conditioning you need to like experience before you can like fully like deep dive. Because I think if I threw like double-decker penis, dragon,
like he's
ambidextrous tail, very long tongue at them like right away, I think it might
with fangs, like they can't even like kiss, like he has to like open his mouth.
It'll shell shock them.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't think there's
he's basically like a giant gecko.
Yeah, and it's like I think you need like with Ice Planet Barbarians, it's like he's blue. Like they've experienced this before. They've seen Avatar. We've all kind of like
on a subconscious level.
There's been some sort of like conditioning to it,
and like just like the potential that aliens are real. Everyone's pretty much agreed that they want to get busy with aliens.
Yeah, so it's not like too much.
No. It's not beyond like comprehension. Like I don't think I think they'd be like, whoa, but then they're gonna be like, but it's like I could have given you something weirder. That's a New York Times bestseller, babe.
I'm not gonna go in with like that opal one with like the
yeah, I know which one. You don't even need to show me. You don't even need to show me. I already know, dude.
I still want to read it. Like a soul to keep, like girl.
Or the unicorn one.
I saw one recently. It was like Triceratops bottoms.
I saw that one. Yeah.
There's all kinds of crazy stuff out there, but it's like, I think it's like conditioning. Cause like, if this one was just like smutty, like our first pick was just smutty, then I can like crack open the door. Like, let's get a little crazy, you guys,
Yeah. But if they're hitting you with construction workers, you got to hit them with the big blue alien.
Yeah. But then like, I like one of the people I've like been, I've talked to them and they were talking about fourth wing. So it's like, okay, there's like room to play around.
Yeah,
here.
there's
like,
room to play. There's room to play.
Like you got some fantasy girlies in the club here.
You know what? Maybe it's going to be a fun experience that maybe some of them are closet freaks like you. And it's like, oh wow, this is a safe space. Speaking of smut, we did, because we've taken a tiny break, just a little one, tiny. It's been a long time. I did ask some trashlings to submit some topic ideas, and someone did mention the Andrew Scott did is it, I don't know what it's called. I'm just gonna say God Save the Queen. I don't know. It's called something. He reads a spicy story on Quinn. Now, the only thing I know about Quinn is that it's audio erotica, right?
Yeah.
And it's for women, and I know that a lot of male celebrities and even female celebrities have started doing like Quinn stories where they'll read, and do these things. So Andrew Scott just recently collabed with Quinn, and all the girlies were going crazy about it online. And I brought this up to Avery. By the way, Quinn saw our thing. Quinn should sponsor us for real. We're like the demographic for real.
I've never listened to like a audio. Like I've never listened to like the.
I thought it was like
spicy,
boyfriend,
like erotic.
I thought it was like something like boyfriend ASMR or something.
No, they have like stories and stuff.
No, I know. And there's a creator that I like. That she started a Quinn profile, because you and I could start one.
We can read some spicy stories.
Yeah, but
I'm good at growling.
There's like role play ones or something. Yeah, you are good at growling. You hit him with the growl, Dave. One more time. Like, easy. We're gonna have to put that behind a paywall. But yeah, I go, oh, dude, hey, like Andrew Scott, Quinn, yada yada yada. And what did you say?
I said I didn't care.
And I go,
actually, I said, isn't he gay?
That's what she said. And I know this is sounding like a hate crime right off the bat, but I can assure you there are no stronger allies than us. There probably are, but we're allies. And I go, so what does that have to do with it? He's reading a story and has a sexy voice. You know, he was the priest in Fleabag. And you said, and I quote, I'm not going to sit here and waste my time simping over someone who is never going to want me.
Period.
So you believe, because then I threw another one at you because you loved Anthony in Bridgerton. Jonathan Bailey, though, is a gay man.
Yeah, and I said I wouldn't waste my time simping over him.
Yeah, but it's like,
I love him.
You listen to Andrew Scott's voice on Quinn reading to you and being like, you're a good girl. Like that. You're going to be like, that's a gay saying that to me.
No, see, I wouldn't like, that's the thing. It's like he could create content that like would, you know, potentially turn me on. But like, because like I wouldn't simp over it because it's him though. Okay. Because it's like, why would I simp over, like he might have a great, amazing voice. I don't like, I've really only watched that one thing with him in it. Yeah. I think he's been some other stuff that I've seen.
Tons of stuff, yeah.
That I've seen, but like I've never really like simped for him. I'm sure he's an amazing, sexy, hot voice.
His voice though,
I'd love to hear it, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, Andrew Scott Quinn. Oh my God, he's a gay man.
Yeah, no, but I think people are like more simping over the voice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
but I'm not gonna simp over Andrew Scott Quinn. I wouldn't say, oh, I'm never gonna like listen to that because a gay man's making. That'd be like saying I'm not gonna watch Bridgerton because a gay man can't play a straight man. Like, no, but I'm not gonna waste my time like simping over like Jonathan Bailey, the person.
Yeah,
I might simp over Anthony Bridgerton. Do you know what I mean?
No, okay.
The character.
You're clearing it up for me now.
But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, Jonathan Bailey, I simp for him. That's a waste of my time, sis. He doesn't want anyone from my side. Like, you know?
Yeah.
He plays on a different team.
He's on a different team.
And I'm not going to like sit here and like simp over him, you know?
That's fair enough.
Like, because that's just a waste of time.
That's fair enough. I thought what you were saying was is that I can't listen to Andrew Scott be sexy because he's gay. He's lying to me. No. And I hear his lies. That's
a dumb take.
Imagine that's what you thought, though. I hear his lies, his little gay lies in my ear.
He's tricking me. He's trying to pull one over on me. I'm
Andrew
too smart for that.
Scott.
He can't.
In his little thing that he read, he said, "You're a good girl." And I said, "Don't talk to me like that.
You're a gay man.
You're a gay man."
No, I'm sure it's great.
I've heard clips. It sounds
maybe
wonderful.
Quinn should send us some. I don't know.
Bitch, I'm telling you, Quinn. We're your demo. We're your demo, bitch.
We have the audience. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Our audience wants Quinn.
If there's one thing I've learned about our audience is that they yearn.
They yearn.
They be yearning endlessly. And I love that. I love y'all. Sometimes I worry though. I do sometimes I lay down at night and I think about y'all and go, I hope they're hugging their pillow and like maybe someone's embracing them.
Bro, I saw the craziest thing.
What?
On Instagram. And you can probably cut it out, but
okay,
this one girl, like, she makes like a saddles for your pillow. So you can like ride your pillow.
That's crazy. Did that get did Instagram shoot that over to you?
Yeah.
That was an advertisement?
Yeah.
For you?
No, it wasn't an advertisement. It just like came up in my Reels algorithm. But right. Like she makes this product where you can like strap it to your pillow like a little
Does it have a dildo on it?
No, it's just like because like essentially like the
That's okay.
no the essentially
you gotta send this to me. I gotta see what it looks like. I'm gonna look it up.
no, it's like made out of like fabric. It's like very soft and girly because like essentially her pitch was like a lot of women, like when they first started masturbating or whatever,
you ride your pillow, dude.
you just like grind on your pillows because a
Ride your-
lot of women don't like penetrative sex, right? Or
Ride
like
your
that's
pillow.
not like the
what was it
that's
called?
not the first thing. And just look up like pillow saddle. I don't know.
Ride your pillow.
I didn't like
saddle.
save it because like TBH, like I've never been like a grinder girly. Like, you know, that's not me.
Grinder girly. Bitch, I don't grind.
Like I've never been a pillow humper.
Girl, this is
But like I was like, well, I see the appeal for this if this is like your steez. Like
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
was like, that's kind of like amazing because she like makes it and you just like strap it to your pillow.
I can't find it.
I think I might have, I don't know.
I looked it up and it's just showing me saddles for horses. That have pillow top on it. All right. If you find it,
God, where is it? No, it's just horses. God.
if you see it again, here, give me your phone real quick. Give me your phone real quick.
I gotta switch to back to my thing. What about it?
Pillow riding, self-love, masturbating with pillow riding saddle, saddle, masturbation.
So you're saying if
self-love.
I see it again, you want me to send it to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cute. They were like, I think they're like all handmade.
Love that.
You
Female
know?
owned business.
Yeah, female owned business. And
We
I was
support.
like, you know, that's right.
I just want to see what it
We're
looks
done
like.
with men and we're done with penetrating.
I'm so Julia.
I'm so Julia.
Yeah, for sure. Attention, loyal subjects of the trashdom. This is a royal decree from your leaders, Papa Trash
And Baby Demon.
Find us everywhere at Demon Trashcast. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Rate and review us on the podcast platform of your choosing. Do so, or be eternally banished to the abyss.
Also, if you're here, you probably have some goblins and gremlins that will find a home in the trashdom, so share with your friends. And if you like what we do here and would like to support us, check out our Patreon for extra content and more. Signed,
Empress of Destruction!
no, how about your humble rulers
Papa Trash.
and Baby Demon?
Do it or else. Oh my god, that reminds me, I had this thought yesterday. I got really stoned. And I had this thought yesterday, and I wanted to ask you. That's what I forgot to write down. I just remembered it now. High five. Do you think that your sex toy would be an Autobot or a Decepticon?
What?
Like, okay. Transformers. You have, I don't know what you use, but like, let's say, like, all of a sudden your vibrator is, or whatever you use.
Choose a side.
Yeah. Dude, it turns out it's been a Transformer this whole time.
It's an ancient war.
Yeah, dude.
Autobots versus Decepticons.
Yeah. What do you think your sex toy is? Is it a Decepticon or is it an Autobot? I already know, just from looks alone, mine's an Autobot.
Yeah, I was like, I want it to be a Decepticon.
I want it to be
but
Decepticon
it's
so bad, but
definitely
it's
an
not.
Autobot. But like, what? Like, I don't even know. Like, I feel like the is it Bad Dragon? What are those like crazy looking sex toys? Like,
Oh, Bad Dragon, yeah.
yeah, those are Decepticons.
Well, it depends. I think
like,
it depends
depending on which ones. I feel like the like really like Autobot Decepticon.
I mean, that's funny.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Like,
No,
imagine,
I think
imagine all of a sudden your vibrator just like unfolds itself into like a little robot, and it's like, I gotta go help Optimus Prime. It's like, what? Also, I would feel like, let's say that did happen, I would feel kind of emotional about it because I feel like I'd be like, oh, you've been sentient this whole time? Like, we have history. Like, we need to talk this out. You can't just go to war.
I feel like it's like mine might have started off as an Autobot and then turned Decepticon. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because now, because I was thinking about that yesterday, and I was like, now when I go like shop for sex toys, like I'm gonna be like thinking like, do I want an Autobot or a Decepticon? What kind of mood am I in? And I think it should be necessary that we have both.
Yeah.
You know, in the treasure chest, in the toy chest. But yeah, that's what I was like, I gotta know. Because if you don't have at least one vibrator, like, grow up. So if you're 18 and over, of course.
Grow up to 18 or older.
Grow up to 18 or older, please. And if you're under, don't listen to this. At all. Actually, you don't exist and I'm not addressing you. But like, you know, I think it's important that you think about it.
Is it?
Yeah, I pondered on it for a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, because I mean, I've gone
You're like that. Mine's an Autobot. Old time from Optimus Prime days.
No, I'm just like
scuffed.
my entire.
Dirty.
It's looking like
It's looking
Bumblebee
like,
first movie.
Yeah, it's looking like Bumblebee from the 80s. Okay. I'm sorry. I just needed to know. I just popped in my head. I had to know.
Hey, we're recording a really important piece of content here.
Yeah, I'm gonna need I need quiet on set for everything that we talk about in here. So. All right, I say we stop dilly-dallying and we get into Bridgerton season 3.
Part 1.
Part 1.
Like, why did they break it up?
Netflix, like, I get it. You're like, oh, we could really just fucking.
We could really use the revenue.
Really use the revenue. But, like, 4 episodes? You know what I mean? Like, bump it to 6. It's Bridgerton! It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And honestly, like,
there's so much going on. And okay, let's start with there.
Okay, I think.
Maybe we should start. Let's start with what we wrote down.
No, but before we go into that, I do think a lot of people are having issues with this season that wouldn't be having issues with this season if they saw the whole season. Because it's like, yes, we're leading up to it was a 4-part thing, but if like we saw the whole totality, I could be wrong because I haven't seen part 2 yet, but if it wasn't broken up, maybe people wouldn't have had so many issues about pacing. You know what I mean?
Because I'm thinking, okay, like episode 4 major spoilers. If you haven't watched Bridgerton Part 1, like, I don't know, go fucking do that.
This is it. That's the end of the podcast.
Yeah, bye. See you later.
Tell us if your sex toy is Autobot or Decepticon. That's the end of the podcast. Okay,
we'll talk to you next
If you haven't watched Bridgerton, come back and watch it and then listen to the rest of this.
So the thing is like, so at the end of episode 4, Colin's like, well, are you going to marry me or not, Penelope?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're like, okay, like he proposed marriage. They're like together now. I guess. So, but like the thing is like, Daphne and Simon in the first season, by the 4th episode, they were engaged.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and so yeah, I think in terms of pacing that sometimes like with Bridgerton, it's like I think it goes throughout all the seasons or in any romance story, you gotta see the whole thing in its totality. You're not gonna have the full-on romance burn for you romance thing until you get to the very later
end.
episodes.
Yeah,
they're gonna be little tastes throughout, but not the whole enchilada.
Also, I feel like people, I'm like, did you guys rewatch the first 2 seasons before you started watching season 3? Because it's like, I don't think that was like important in past seasons. Like in season 2, if you like didn't rewatch season 1 before, I think you would have been 100% fine.
Yeah, you would have been
They
fine.
kind of like redid Anthony's character, to be honest, and like in season 2. Like he was still kind of a
yeah.
rake, but like he didn't have his daddy issues. Like they weren't to the forefront and stuff like that. But I feel like Colin and Penelope, like you have to watch those first 2 seasons and like see those like scenes with them to really understand their story.
Well, those 2 characters have so much backstory.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 seasons worth of backstory.
They have more backstory than like any other characters that
Exactly.
main characters that we've had so far.
But you did say something earlier before we started recording that I do think is really, and that we both agreed on. And this season is very successful. No one can deny that.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely successful, which is awesome. But I think, what did you said, but I have also seen a lot of people who are upset with this season.
Some people don't like it.
People are like, and like, spicy hot take,
okay.
Take it away.
Oh. I was going to say, I don't know if it was a hot take, but I guess it might be. I've seen a lot of people like yelling at each other like online about this season, about like people not being like media literate. And I don't think we should like be yelling at people for like not catching little things. But at the same time, I do find this season to be like, you have to be media literate and pay attention to it.
Oh, yeah.
To get like all the very like small things about Colin and Penelope. I feel like Colin especially this season, like it's very like him being like a rake is like very on the forefront, and then him like his lover boy persona, which is his like real him, is very much like you have to be paying attention. You have to be picking up on the little details of it, because there's even stuff that our like trashlings and viewers like point out to us. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't see that when we first watched it, or we didn't catch it.
Yeah, like the journal.
Like the journal.
At this point, I've rewatched it multiple times. I've rewatched part 1 like probably 4 times at this point.
Yeah.
I'll just throw on an episode, but just to like be in it. But
it's so good.
Yeah, and also quick plug for our Fable TV Club. If you guys aren't on there, we're talking about Bridgerton right now, and it's so fun over there. You guys should join. But yeah, we're talking about Bridgerton, and you know, I saw some trashlings talked about like even the journal, like his journal entry. I was like, oh wow, because like then I did go back and listen to that, and I was like, oh yeah, he's like, he struggles with being, you know, a man who's like fucking around, but like he doesn't like it. He likes intimacy.
Yeah, no,
he likes connection.
Yeah, we were like watching it, and I almost said it, but then you interrupted me like in our thing, in our like react. I was like, oh, like I almost said something, but then he like came in the room and we were like distracted by it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's like the style of which we watch our stuff, like sometimes it's like we don't get to like fully form our thoughts, but it's like, yeah, like if you're not paying close attention, like listening to what his journal entry is saying, like, oh, he's really lonely with people, like with these women, you're gonna miss who like he actually is. Because I don't think the problem with this season is they don't like it's not obvious. No, you know what I mean? And like well,
they're gonna have to explore more of that, and because it's like the dynamic of like Colin and Penn has barely even started. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do feel like them like seeing like being in a relationship is very like that is just starting, because they've been friends for so long to that it was like their relationship is just starting to shift. And I mean I can agree with people, like I definitely felt like I wanted more yearning, but like his yearning is very subtle in the 3rd episode when you're like, oh wait, no, he's like sweating this man. And it's like, yes, it would be nice to get like 3 episodes of him like being like, please Penelope, like forgive me, but it's like at the same time it's like they're not giving us that like so many episodes of that. 2, it's like they've been like a thing for like 3 seasons. And 3rd, like Penelope like can finally just get one she wants. I don't see there's a reason to be like, no, Colin, you're gonna have to work for me even more. Like obviously when you're like in that situation, like if it was like this is the guy that you loved your whole life, like yeah, he like said something bad, he apologized, and now he's been helping you the past few
even
episodes.
in the carriage scene, the infamous carriage scene,
Mm-hmm.
like when he's like professing his,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, no, like there's no fucking way, like she can't believe it.
Yeah.
She's literally like, even in that moment, she's like, I can't believe it. And then when he's like takes a step back, he's like, oh, I thought.
Yeah, when
he
when she goes, but Colin, we're just friends, and then he's like that was enough for me, because that was him being like, oh fuck, I blew it, this wasn't enough.
Yeah, but then she
then when she's like,
realizes
"But
like,
I'd like
oh
to be-"
shit,
Yeah.
this is real. But she's
Mhm.
like, then she says her feelings, and that's when,
I'd like for us to be more.
and then they hit us with the pitbull.
And then I think there's gonna be a lot more drama in the second season, where it's gonna like
In
actually
the second part, yeah.
in this in part 2, that's actually gonna test this relationship and see how devoted he actually is to her, versus like,
Because it's not. That's the thing with Bridgerton. Because it's not just at this point in season 3. It's not just Pollen, right? You have all these side stories, which I do understand is like the other complaint. But before we get into all the other things about this season, you said earlier, you were like, "Look, if you don't like season 3 of Bridgerton, you've probably been pretty your whole life."
yeah, like I think if you like don't like Penelope as a character, that you probably haven't had to struggle with like
You
self-esteem
had pretty
issues.
privilege.
You probably had like pretty privilege issues, which is great. Honestly, good for you. But like as someone who's like had to struggle with that kind of like of being like bullied, being judged based on your appearance like your whole life, it's like I understand Penelope. Yeah, what she does is kind of shady, but also it's fiction and it's not real. So I stand by that bitch. Like I'm a ride or die Penelope girly.
Also,
but
the
like
thing is though, is like,
it's like
I hate. There is one thing that I do, and I will say this because I do see comments. I hate when people can't like accept complex characters
mhm.
and like gray area, and like
Yeah.
it's like if a character, like to me, if a character is always making the right, like they're boring as fuck. Like I love that Penelope, she's, you know, she fucking makes mistakes. She's
Yeah.
not perfect. And that's the thing about
And I think that
Bridgerton
shows in this third season too, when it comes to her writing. Like I think before in previous seasons, it's like it's idle gossip that like it's not just like it's shit that everyone's saying, and she's just writing it down. But like how she used it in season 1 to mess with to out Marina and then Eloise and stuff. You know, she had her reasons for doing it. She was trying to
make it
protect.
right.
It doesn't make it right. No, I don't think what she did was right. But in her eyes, she was protecting people.
Yeah.
And like.
But
in
that
a way,
doesn't mean that Penelope's like a fucking villain, dude. Like, I don't know. I just think people take it way too seriously. But like, I don't know.
it's like they're like she's like Gossip Girl, like 1800.
Yeah, like
1900s
yeah.
But it's
The
like
19th century. Yeah. So.
But I think. Yeah, then also like people like are complaining. I don't think you should like call anyone like fat phobic if they like don't see chemistry between them, but there's like there is such like clear chemistry between like Penelope and Colin and Nicola and Luke. Like they did like they had great chemistry.
Yeah,
I feel since season 1, like to be honest.
I don't understand what people are talking about when they say that. Like, I don't. There is definitely clear chemistry. Like, to me, the scene in his study when he cuts his hand, I'm like, are you kidding?
Yeah. Or like when she's like, your eyes, like,
are you kidding?
They sparkle. Like, come on. Like, dude, my heart was fluttering. And it's like, okay, yes, in the carriage scene when he was like yearning and looking at her, was his face a little bit silly? I agree. Like sometimes
people are really loving his.
But at the same time, I loved it because he looks so like pathetic in a way, and like just like in the palm of her hand.
Saying. Like,
and it's like it's because you've never seen a man actually yearn for you and want your ass that bad. And neither have I, sis.
Bitch.
So I didn't recognize it at first. But when I've looked back and looked at him, I'm like, oh, he's simpering for her in that moment.
Dude, if someone
and it looks silly because it's pathetic.
If someone is a puddle over you,
yeah,
they're just enamored, bitch.
If he's mouth open, like, like that, like simpering, whimpering for your ass, like that's love, dude.
Yeah, bitch.
That's want.
That's like,
You know?
bro.
But
You can't always have the light skin stare, bitch.
like, and like I think also it's such a contrast, I feel like, from like the first 2 seasons, and I think especially with season 2, and like obviously people love enemies to lovers, like that's some people's like favorite trope, but friends to lovers is such a different vibe.
Yeah.
Because like I love Kate and Anthony, but like their season took way longer than like the first season, which was like, you know,
was
fine.
messy.
It was slow burn and it was super messy. But it's like love doesn't always have to, we don't have to always be at people's throats. Like,
yeah, no, people
like,
do love it, the trope of it, but I do think that the
like
friends to lovers usually though, and I think that it's just a different pace, which is it's just a different pace because there is so much history with that trope specifically and the storyline. So there's going to be a lot to overcome there. They know each other like really well.
They know each other.
Penelope and Colin have grown up together essentially.
Yeah. So like for me, like them getting together like halfway through the season was not rushed at all. It was like, it's just kind of like finally.
Yeah, and it's not like there's not more to uncover.
There's
they have to figure out how to be romantic with each other. That's one thing with friends to lovers. You know, that like even just in my real life, like my partner was my best friend for years before we got together. You have to figure that out. Like you have to figure out like, okay, how do we go from being like best friends to like crossing that boundary? That's an aspect of friends to lovers. Then you also have the other aspect of that Penelope's fucking lady whistle down, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's big deal. That's big deal stuff. But I do hear a lot of people are upset by all the side stories that have been built up over the last 2 seasons that are also continuing on in this 3rd season. And that's why everything feels kind of rushed because they're shoving a lot in there.
They're putting it like there's some like B stories that it's just like, okay. I think that's one of the issues though with this season is like I don't feel like there are as many B stories in season 1 and 2. Like I feel like Penelope and Colin are sharing a lot of screen time with like other characters. Like they're sharing it with Eloise and Cressida. They're sharing it with Francesca. They're sharing it with the Mondrich family. And I think that is probably like one of the issues with like, there's only been 4 episodes out and it's like we're spending a lot of time with like an 8-episode season is not a lot of episodes.
Because you've also got the Featherington sisters.
And the Featherington sisters too. You're right.
You've got
then you have like
also Lady Danbury's brother now.
Yeah, Lady Danbury's brother, Benedict, and the new woman.
Yeah. You've got Kate and Anthony making errors and passing everything over.
I mean, they were like, I wanted more of them.
Yeah.
Like, thank God they weren't, because it's like, God, they're like, we would have like no screen time for Penn and Colin.
Yeah.
Because like, I wish they would have like cut them. Like, I think one storyline in particular is like the Mondrich family that I just don't like. I like them as characters, but I just don't understand why they're still around in the series, because they were Simon's friends.
Right.
So
have you heard that apparently it's rumored that he kind of wants to come back because his career didn't take off like he'd hoped?
Bro.
So now he's like, I kind of want to come back.
Yeah.
Apparently there's talks behind the scenes that they've began reaching out, but whether or not that's going to happen.
Whatever. I've always loved Daphne. I know some people fucking hate Daphne.
Okay, I don't really like. Okay, I don't really want to get into all that.
I don't want to get into it, but I feel like the Mondrich family. Like, I'm really confused because one, he's never like gotten any repercussions from his actions from the first season of like fixing that match, because it's like only the Featheringtons had to pay for that. He got rich, which is like, okay, like.
Yeah, so now his son is,
and then now they're getting even more wealth.
His son became a baron, so now they're part of society, and he has this club that he did something really terrible, like he cheated to get that club, and now he's expected to give it up.
And he doesn't want to give it
He
up.
doesn't want to give it up. But my thing is like, it's not that I don't like the Mondrich family. I'm just like wondering like what part do they play in everything else, because they do feel like they are part of the society, but they feel very separate from it.
Yeah, I'm like really I'm if they can like pull off a good story with it, sure. Like
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't hate the characters. I just don't understand why they're still there, like, and taking up screen time.
Yeah, also, and
You know what I
also I
mean?
feel like Lady Mondrich, now that she's Lady Mondrich or whatever, like I loved her attitude in the first season. She was all like sassy, and she was like, she was sort of like the fire behind him.
And it also, like, I think what they did with their story this season doesn't make any sense, because if their story was like, oh, we built this all on our own, right? Just to then hand them like a title and like wealth, it's like, so you guys just like completely undermined everything they worked for in the first 2 seasons.
But now I feel like that's part of their story, is like figuring out, do we just give this up because we're expected to, like, because like you're not.
But then it's like, what's the point of even doing that?
I know,
like, it's not even an important storyline in like the scope of Bridgerton.
Yeah, because it's like, what are you trying to say? Because at the end of the day, Bridgerton, like, that's the thing. Like, even the characters within Bridgerton, they know that society is this really dumb structure, but they all follow it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
but like, that's the point of Bridgerton, because it's like, it's about like these high society, and then how in marriage and romance.
And like the dynamics between people and how you go about things, and like the etiquette of it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see where it goes, but at the same time, I'm like, why is this needed? I don't know. If it can be good, it can be good. The other one I want to talk about is the Cressida redemption arc, which also goes into the Cressida Eloise friendship. Now, on our Fable, we do polls and stuff, because I was genuinely curious, because I had started to see a lot of like Eloise Cressida fan art, like ship fan art, and people like shipping them, and I was just like, are people here for that? Like, do people want that? Because I have heard that rumors that they are not going to necessarily go with the Eloise storyline from the books. That's just a rumor. I don't know if that's necessarily the case.
We also haven't read the books.
We haven't read the books.
Don't know her storyline.
And I have no intention of ever reading the books, because I've heard so much about them that I don't love. Like, for example, like the thing that immediately that turned me off about the books was when I heard that Penn wasn't considered desirable by Colin until she lost a shit ton of weight.
Yeah, in the book, she loses weight. It's
only
not like,
then does Colin see her.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? No. Like, I don't like that. So, yeah, I went on Fable. We asked the trashlings, like, hey, what do you guys think about the Eloise Cressida ship? Like, are you here for it? Would you want to see it? And an overwhelming response was no. Not that they're not here for Sapphic Eloise. I mean, I think Sapphic Eloise would be great, whatever. Yeah. But more of the fact that Cressida has always been a fucking conniving little stupid bitch. Like, always.
And that's funny, because I think we got a comment on like the first video. They're like, but I thought you guys supported women's wrongs. And it's like, I do in a sense, because here's like my one thing about Cressida. Like, she's always been painted as the villain.
Yeah.
Like, she was Daphne's villain. She's
done a lot of fucked up shit to Penn.
She was so mean to Penn. Like, this whole time.
Spilled wine on her in the first season.
She's always messing with her.
Tore her dress up.
And like, okay, and then in this season, it's like, oh, let's reveal the mask of why she's like this. Oh, her parents are super mean to her and cruel. You could say the same thing about like Penelope. Like, her family's been super mean to her. Doesn't make her feel like she has to like sabotage all the other debutantes and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, she does write shit about them in a paper, but you know, it's not like in your face.
Penn's not perfect, but
Penn's not perfect. But here's my like thing about, like, she's always been the villain. She's always gone after men, so I think it's weird to like ship him, like her with Eloise.
Sexuality is a spectrum, so I don't think that that's necessarily that strange.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even like my main issue. I just think like my one thing with Cressida, like, people like excuse like, oh, but her parents are mean to her. So like it gives her the right to be awful all the time.
No,
You know?
because I think like
It's like
Cressida,
if she learns and changes her ways, like I think that's what they're trying to pitch it as. But it's like I'm not gonna sit here and ship her with Eloise.
no,
Like I think Eloise could do with something better, because also Cressida like doesn't seem like someone who's like interested in what Eloise is interested in.
they don't. I think they're an interesting friendship because Eloise, you know, she and Penn are not friends anymore. It almost feels like, because I also want to know what's going on with Eloise. Like, it just seems like Eloise just sort of like, she's not interested in marriage, but she is sort of playing the part of a woman in society. Like, she's wearing the season's frills. She's doing all of that. But
I'm like, honestly, if Eloise she never gets married
yeah,
and she wants to be a spinster, I'd be like, that makes sense.
work.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. The Cressida redemption arc, I could see it. Do I care? Not really. But again, we've only had 4 episodes, so it's like, I don't know. They're just gonna have like the one part where I was like, oh, was in episode 2 when she wasn't the one who spread the rumor. It was Eloise who like said that shit in front of everybody, and it was actually her fault. And then like Eloise went for Cressida, and Cressida was like, get a looking glass, girl. Like,
yeah, I think Eloise is like,
I think in that way they can learn from each other, that because like Eloise always thinks she's better than everybody else, and she's not. Everybody has a lot to learn still. And but I think Cressida also was like, that was something like where I feel like the old Cressida would have.
yeah, she would have spread gossip.
But she actually in that moment was like, no, I actually have a friend for once, because later when Eloise goes to check on her at her house, she's like, this is the first time a friend's ever called on me. So it's like Cressida has never really had a friend, it sounds like.
Well, because she's been so
awful.
Well, she's just been so competitive with other women.
Exactly.
That it makes other women not want to be friends with you.
You're right. It's a competition factor, and to her, maybe Eloise is in competition because Eloise doesn't desire
to get married, so she's not if Eloise was like, oh no, actually if I wanted to marry Debling, that would actually be a really good situation for me because he'd be gone and I could just do what I want and stuff.
I said that. I was like, Eloise and Debling would be great, but because like it'd be a marriage of convenience, like she could just do her thing.
Like, I wonder what they're gonna do. I hope Benedict's season is next.
I have a feeling that shit's gonna be crazy.
My issue with him now is that like I just feel like he's floundering.
Oh
like,
yeah,
his character is just like floundering.
He's gone full second son.
Like
lost.
Like I liked it better when he was like, oh yeah, I want to be an artist or something. Like I don't know. Like but right now he's just like, I'm here. It like generally just feels like for Benedict it's like, I'm here. Let's do something with him. He's gonna like be hooking up with this widow. Like that's
you had a theory about her?
I had a theory that she's trying to get because there's been so much
trying to get pregnant.
Yeah, there's so much emphasis on inheritance this season, especially with like the Featheringtons. I think she's trying to get pregnant so she can have an heir, so she can keep her title and her house.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Because it's been so emphasized, and I was like, because when the solicitor or whatever he's called was there, I was like, oh yeah, she's having inheritance problems too, and she's like, I need a bun in this oven, and it needs to be a boy. Because I mean that's always been a thing in Bridgerton, and especially this season. And I really do hope Penn is the one to get a boy.
Yeah. Can the women in Bridgerton get sex education?
I'm begging.
I'm campaigning. I'm on the campaign trail.
Well, I just think it's silly. Like, because this was such a issue in like season 1. I'm like, why are we like circling back to this? Like, why does it have to be like that much of a thing? Like,
yeah, no, I agree. And also, I think it spawns a deeper and much darker conversation, and about all of that. So, which I just don't feel like getting into. People already feel quite spirited about it in the comments.
Yeah, I just think Eloise is such an interesting character like when a lot of the times when I'm like browsing the internet about like Bridgerton, it's like Eloise and
I didn't like Eloise.
I haven't really cared for her for the first season because she, like, in the same way that like I didn't care for Cressida because she like is in competition with other women and is cruel to them. Eloise in like the first season was pretty horrible
to Daphne. Yeah, she said some pretty crazy shit.
And I think Eloise like was being such a like, not a pick me, but like I'm not like most girls in the first season.
Yeah. Eloise started out as, you also have to remember that these characters are young. They're aging too. So like, you know, that for her, that was 3 years ago. You know what I mean? So like, Eloise, I'm not
saying that she can't grow and change.
No. I'm just saying like she started out because there is this emphasis on Eloise of like this like sort of feminism. And the thing is though is that you can't really be a feminist and like judge women who want to get married and have children and like have that life. Like that, like I do get Eloise is very passionate about, she's almost like in the first season it's always like, wake up sheeple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, wake up, women. And it's like some of these women don't want to.
Well, then it's like even in this season when like the other girls are talking about embroidery and she's like, well, I would like to side stitch this whatever. And like,
it's like, that's mean.
Like you're just like putting down other people's interests
100%.
Because you don't find them interesting and you think they're dumb and silly because they're girl things.
Exactly.
And it's like, come on, Eloise. Like, just because you don't think it's important doesn't mean other people don't think it's important.
I compared her to Jo from Little Women.
Before she, like, learned.
Women. Yeah, before she learned that women can be multifaceted.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, and then even in the second season, like, if Eloise actually paid attention to Penn, like, she would have figured out she was Lady Whistledown. Like, Penn would say things that, like Lady Whistledown would then just, like, publish the next day.
Well, it was also, like, it was sort of, like, she was contradicting herself, too, because she was, like, Lady Whistledown, like, she would, like, shit on Lady Whistledown, but, like, it was, like, she was obsessed with Lady Whistledown.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it was the combination of, like, Lady Whistledown is, like, kind of her hero.
Mm-hmm. No, I just think there's a lot of like
there's a lot of complexity.
But I can accept her as a complex character that can grow and change. I'm not going to be like, I hate Eloise and I think she's horrible. And there are people who were like, I hate Penn and I think she's horrible. Yeah. I think what's nice about these characters is that like they do make mistakes, they are growing and changing, and it makes them interesting to watch versus like if she was like perfect all the time, it'd be just like
boring.
It'd be boring. But they like, it's funny like going online and seeing like how strong people's opinions are.
Yeah, which is fine.
About the characters. Like, because even like in our fable, like where it's like, who do you think was right and who do you think was wrong? And like people are like, no, Eloise, like she should just like get over it. Like, and it like varies on like, I guess what like kind of people, you know? Yeah. Everyone has different like life experiences that like changes their view and like opinions on things.
Totally.
You know?
And I like friendly Discord over it.
Yeah,
you know
no, I
I like friendly Discord, which is why I dig our Fable Club a lot because sometimes in our YouTube comments I'm like, whoa.
Well, that's like my one thing. Like if people are like, oh, I'm not really like feeling this Colin and Penn season, like I don't think you need to call someone fat phobic if they don't like this season. Like I've seen that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have seen that a lot. And I'm like, why no one was bringing up her weight?
I think it's too much. Also like I love the representation, but Nicola Coughlan is mid-size, like through and through. She's not a plus-size woman, you know. It's just like that's just like how bad our media is, where we like never even see like a mid-size person be on screen in this way.
And then the last thing I want to talk about with Bridgerton that I'm loving is I love Francesca. We have Francesca Bridgerton. She is now out in society, and I'm loving her and Lord Kilmartin, and it's giving very love on the spectrum, and I'm living.
Love on the spectrum.
Okay,
it is love on the spectrum.
It's love on the spectrum, but it's like so sweet. Like, I know people were like, we shouldn't be diagnosing Francesca, bitch. Like, guys, it's fiction and I'm headcanoning and I'm sorry, but as a neurospicy baddie myself, I can 100%, it's so neurodivergent coded, like, and it's great.
Yeah.
And it's so great and I love to see it. And I've seen a lot of people be like, oh yeah, it's really nice. It's just a headcanon, okay? They're not going to be like, Francesca was diagnosed with autism. It's a fucking...
We don't want her to be diagnosed back then because they'd throw in the pits or something.
In the pits. They'd throw her in the mines.
Torture her or something. I don't know.
I don't know. But poor girl. But yeah, I'm loving it. And I love Francesca as a character. And yeah, it is very neurospicy coded. I love it. I love it.
And don't spoil anything for Papa Trash from the books.
Oh yeah, don't. Why? Don't. Do you know?
Nothing.
Is it bad?
Don't worry about it.
Fuck!
It's crazy to me how you like don't like see any of these spoilers.
I'm really good about not. I really am, like, if I see something and I'm like, I don't know what that is, and I just scroll. I really am. I avoid spoilers. I don't like spoilers. I like to go into something fresh.
Mm-hmm. I do love Francesca's story, but I am at the same time like, why are we talking about this right now? Like, why is she here?
Well, the thing is with I think it's another one of those things of like, at the end of the day, the show is Bridgerton. It's about the Bridgerton family.
Yeah.
And like pretty much every book is about a member within the Bridgerton family. So I think like
Colin that's the character.
I know, but like Francesca, like, is there, I don't know, it's a cute side character thing. But I feel like, and then also because they're hinting to Lady Bridgerton, they're hinting to Violet getting down bad with Lady Danbury's brother, which I think is fair.
I think that's fair game
that's
too.
Equal game.
But at the same time, I'm like, can we like give and take with these side stories? Like, Jesus.
No. If I had to,
like, thank God they didn't introduce that like so soon. Like, they introduced like what the
Francesca
third or fourth episode.
You wish Francesca had her own season, because I feel like because that's the thing with Francesca. There's really no conflict with her because she's like, I want to get married.
Well, at least the spoiler I saw, like them introducing her. If the spoiler I saw is correct, it makes sense why they're introducing her. So that's why I'm like, can we give and take? Like, why do we need a Cressida redemption arc? Why do we need the Mondrich family? Like, why do we need to do like Lady Bridgerton's dude right now?
Oh,
like I'm all for seeing Lady Bridgerton.
So you're saying that because there's something
down.
that I don't know that might make it seem like this is unnecessary?
No, that makes sense why they're introducing Francesca, because I think her conflict comes later.
Okay.
Like, it comes like it's a result of what she's experiencing now.
Okay.
So like it makes sense.
Okay.
Like, that's why in the same way it's like Colin and Penelope have to be introduced way sooner so we can see like their friendship build and that tension build. Also Pen being like Lady Whistledown, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense for them. So it's like Francesca's story, I believe, like kind of a little bit longer. A longer
road.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's cool.
Also, like, I don't think we should be having like this much discourse about Bridgerton. Like, we should not be fighting against other women in the comments about Bridgerton. Like, this is Coco Melon for
women, yeah.
For women. At the end of the day, we all just want to wear pretty dresses. We want to get confessed to by a hot man.
We want to have a moonlit corridor.
A moonlit corridor.
We want a poet shirt scene.
And we want to be yearned after. That's all we want.
We want somebody to literally fucking cum their pants when they see my ankles. You know what I mean?
Like if they see my leg, like they need to be like whipped after that. Like,
yeah.
They're done.
You know, and the girls who get it. And
we shouldn't just be like, it's turn your brain off.
Also,
like, that's my thing. Like, turn your brain off. We don't need to be like,
the whole
we don't even need to be
literacy,
discussing this.
The whole media literacy thing, is like such a thing with like this new generation. Hate to sound like such a boomer when I say that, but like I did watch this like video essay of this person talking about how like there's all this commentary about media literacy, and it's like, girl as in the general public of people.
Yeah.
Because girl's a genderless term for me. Girl.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking about this the other day because like when I want to like address like a bunch of people, I want to be like, hey girlies, but I'm like, well, I don't want to like gender specify like an audience, right? Like not everyone's a girly.
When I say girlies, I fully mean everyone.
I know, but like then I was thinking, I'm like, oh wow, I'm such a millennial like boomer because I'm like, you know what was a great term? Peeps. My peeps.
Hey peeps.
Because it's very like neutral.
These are my peoples.
Yeah, my peoples. And you could be anyone. Peeps, dude.
I don't care. Me fully telling my partner like, hey girl. Hey girly.
You know. But
I don't care. If you
I don't think everyone can be a girly though.
No, girly's a state of mind. It's not a gender.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a state of mind.
State of mind.
Yeah. Anyone can be a girly, but not everyone is a girly.
100%.
You know.
Yep. You've got it. 100%. And people who don't understand that, like, you're not a girly.
Yeah, you're not
like,
a girly.
if you get upset if I say girly, like, and you think I'm talking just specifically about assigned female at birth.
Yeah.
No, babe. No. I'm talking girls, gays, and theys, and even the occasional het man who is cool with being a girly. All right, guys, it's good to be back. You know, we missed you. I'd love to hear what you guys have been up to. All our podcast peeps.
What's up?
What's up, guys?
Been a while,
but we're back now, and definitely let us know what you guys want us to talk about on the next episode. If you have any demon trash moments, love to share them.
Share some like good smut to bring to your book club. Tell us if your nighttime buddy is a Megatron.
Yeah.
No, wait, no.
No. Is your nighttime friend toy, is it a Decepticon or Autobot?
Mm-hmm. And what are your thoughts on Bridgerton season 3 so far?
Yeah, and I want friendly discourse, okay? If you think this season's shit, fine. That doesn't hurt my feelings.
It does a little.
Like, I'm definitely questioning you as a person. And I definitely think that you probably lived with pretty privilege, and that's why you feel this way. And you've never had, like, ugly duckling syndrome, which is probably also tells me a lot about who you are as a person as well. And, yeah. So, anyway.
Whatever. Your opinion's valid.
Your opinion.
You don't like it. You don't like it. That's fine.
Listen, I love the trash. I love our community because, like, I feel like I just want to say this because I feel like such a loser right now, but I really do love it. Like, whenever I see our community, like, in Discord or on Fable, like, talking amongst each other, and maybe they are disagreeing, but they aren't hating each other for it and validating each other's opinions. And that, to me, is, like, the best thing about fandoms.
Mm-hmm.
And because if you just live in an echo chamber, it's like, that's not fun. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear your opinions. Like, maybe you do have a different take on it, because sometimes, like, then it'll be like, oh, maybe I see something different. It's just really cool. But we do live in an age where people want to be like, oh, media literacy, and, you know, bash you for, like, missing a little detail in an episode. And, like, we get it all the time, because you have to understand that when we're doing our reacts, we're literally watching it real time together, sitting in this seat. That is happening live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We don't go back and watch.
We don't stop and think about it.
No.
We're just, it's full.
We're sitting down watching, and then we don't realize things until later. So, yeah, but you know, that's one of my favorite things about our community. So, you know, no fighting, but I do want to hear your honest thoughts. Opinions are allowed. Mm-hmm. It's my opinion. That's that.
We gotta go.
I gotta piss.
You've been yapping too
long.
Go
piss, girl.
Chronically online, like,
go piss, girl.
Go piss, girl.
I actually saw a stained glass sign on Etsy that says "Go piss, girl," and I was like, I need that for my the guest bathroom.
No, at my like that. Hang that up on the wall behind the toilet, and then put Edward Cullen, like stinky
Yeah.
face cover, like in a frame.
100%.
Too.
All right, bye. I'm leaving. I'm going. Bye.
Bye.